It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Today, I'm a step away of this institution, an institution that has been guiding me for 9 years. I'm proud to say that this institution is named Instituto Minerva. Dear Instituto Minerva, you served me in every step I took. You were a witness of all my failures and successes. Sometimes you made my days impossible, although most of the time I came back home with a big smile. During this time, I met wonderful classmates. Some of them became my friends whom I won and lost games too, with whom I had fights during recess. But beside all, we continue being friends, because this institution united us, becoming brothers instead of friends. Many teachers and classmates left, and many other new teachers and classmates came. When I graduated from kindergarten, I didn't want to enter Minerva. Now, after 9 years, it will be difficult for me to leave it. I know it will be hard to start all over again in a new school, but it is time to leave, and there is no way I could stay at Minerva forever. It will be hard leaving my second home behind, where I spent about 6 hours every day for 9 years except for vacations. Leaving classmates and friends behind will also be difficult. We were used to seeing each other every day. It will be strange going to a new place and not seeing the usual faces. We will have to get used to it, as we did the first time we met each other. I started in one side of the school with the lower graders, and I ended practically in the other side with the upper graders. I had wonderful experiences, most of them when I got to the upper graders. Activities like Christmas play, crack mix, hayride, and many other more. Although we didn't have many of these activities this year, it was one of the best years I had ever had. This year, we almost didn't have a tunnel for the Halloween party and a Christmas play. That made us suffer a lot. After all, we were able to have these activities, but we lost many others. The most important things were not the activities, but the things we learned, the friendships we made, and the experiences this school taught us. The knowledge and experiences gained will be elements that we will always remember and use to overpass future obstacles. We learned this knowledge thanks to every teacher we had. They guided us through this long journey we had. Sometimes we would annoy them, even to a point that they would shout at us, scolding us. But they would never give up. Maybe they could be mad at us during all that day long. But the next day, they would come with more energy and willing to continue trying. That is one of the most things I appreciate from all the teachers I had. Of course, I haven't forgotten about you, Mrs. Galeano. You are my last teacher in this school, and probably we are your last generation. You were our second mother. You took care of us as if we had been your sons. You even gave me money for me to eat one day. You really took care of us, and it is sad ending the school year like this without seeing each other. You taught us many things besides your literature and grammar classes. You taught us lessons about life, among many other things. One of those lessons that I will always remember is that you wanted for us to solve any problem we had, without waiting for someone to solve that problem for us. You were always there for us in anything we needed. If we needed someone to talk to, you were there for us. That is why you were like a mother for us, because you made us feel safe, care, loved while we were in school. It took me 8 years to get with a teacher that everyone fears, and in the end ends up being the teacher that everyone wants to be with. Thank you for everything you did for us. Hopefully we will be seeing each other soon, at least to say goodbye in person. I will miss having you as a teacher. I will always remember you for the great teacher you are. I will miss many things, like friends, teachers, and classmates. I wish the best to everyone. Mrs. Galeano, if you decide to stay another year in Instituto Minerva, continue being the great teacher you are.
Why'd you have to leave so soon, yeah? Why'd you have to go? Why'd you have to leave me when I needed you the most?
Time to close the chapter. We have come to say goodbye to our past lives and begin a new one, which is completely the opposite. All these years have been a roller coaster, which has been full of energy, stressful moments, anger, sadness, but mostly of all, we were happy and we never knew we were. We have to thank to all of the persons who were there to support us whenever we needed. Shout out to all the teachers, classmates, and our parents that were constantly motivating us to arrive to where we are now. I remember entering Mrs. Galeano's classroom to the 9th grade with fear. Now I don't want to leave it. You never know that a place like this will sooner or later become your home, where you are protected, where you feel secure, the place where you have a flashback because of all the memories you have there. Minerva has been more than an English school. The teachings you get go beyond everything else. Minerva seems as an impossible school, very strict, but once you get on the ride, honestly, you will never be ready to leave the track. I am very thankful because everyone in that school has helped me. Everyone there offered me their support when I couldn't come to school because of my paralysis. It is something that I will forever remember. All of the messages I received from everyone and their support. I am very sad to leave everyone behind and start a new chapter, but yesterday's gone. We have to seek forward. I will someday come back being an odontologist or being whatever God has in His plans for me. If I become someone in this life, will definitely be because of Minerva. This school has taught me more than whatever content may come on the books. Let's make another shout out to all of the teachers that give everything they have to you, to all of their students. Coronavirus ruined many things such as the track, mid-graduation, hayride, and many more things. Above all, we will always come back home because that's what it is. Coronavirus ruined all of our plans and everyone's plans, but I will forever be thankful to have had the pleasure to meet you all, including teachers and classmates and even more. It was a huge pleasure getting to know you all for the past years. Each and every one of you will always have a piece of my heart with you, and teachers too. I am who I am because of you. We have finally accomplished what once seemed impossible. Here we are closing the book. I would only like to say that I love you all, and I will always remember what everyone had to offer me. Thank you, and see you soon.
'Cause I don't really know how to tell you without feeling much worse. I know you're in a better place, but it's always gonna hurt.
I have been living with the same people in the same house for 9 long years. I feel it has been eternity. I got to know everybody very well, although today I cannot remember the date of your birthday. Every time we changed from room, it was always a new challenge and a new experience. I saw everybody get older along with me, and I still remember when we were only kids, and how nobody really got along those years. I remember the mess we did in 3rd grade, and how we got to straighten out throughout the years. I have felt the rivalry that exists between us, and I have seen the good and long-lasting friendships that have formed throughout the years. I remember we passed from being one of the messiest groups to the one with the worst luck. I remember how we had fun in the sandwich and hot dog sales, and how we wished to take part on those activities. I remember I only entered about 3 times to the tunnel, and because I feared the dark and the unknown, and somehow spending the years with you has been like a tunnel itself. We shared the years and we shared each day. And in love together, we found a way. I am very close to you all. I remember how we acted every time we were in a new room. I was very anxious and afraid when we started this year. I don't know about you, but I was really afraid. I remember how we got to overcome adversity, especially in this year. We were about to lose our ceremony, but finally had it, and I had a very good day. Although I ended up with my feet hurting and my throat irritated. We were also going to lose our Halloween party, but gladly we had it. And the decoration was beautiful, excellent. The tunnel was also a very good moment. And making the children cry and scream was a very I enjoy them a lot, and I appreciate them a lot. I will always miss you. We had the privilege to share not only 1 year but 3. And I remember I felt a lot of pressure in world geography in 7th grade because I wasn't accustomed to the amount of pressure of it, but I gradually became accustomed, and I really loved the way you explained. Then in 8th grade we got to share your favorite subject, and I remember how different it was from 7th grade. I remember literature was a boring class. It wasn't so wonderful as it became on 8th grade, and that was because of your way of reading and of you. Then in 9th grade we shared many moments together, and I will always remember your classes. There was always new things to learn in each second you talked, and there was also many fun things like moments, anecdotes, many wonderful and fun things in your classes, and I really enjoy them, and I will miss them a lot. I will miss you very much, Mrs. Galen. As I said before, I wished I could have had more time with you, and I can only say I had a lot of fun with you. I really love you, Mrs. Galen. I love you, and I will carry you in my heart always. I will always remember you, because you were more than a teacher. You were an advisor. You were a good and fun thing. Our Christmas play was also a very important day or days for us. I'm sure everyone will agree with me that practices were hard but fun. I loved how we put things of our own, how we improvised every night and made the play even better every night. The hot dog sale was also a very memorable moment, and I will always remember how I felt that day. I felt like those factory machines. and I will always remember and love all the wonderful things we did. I think it's a shame that we got to live this fortunate situation, and we lost many of the wonderful and enjoyable things that we were going to have this year. We lost many things because of this, and it's really a shame. But I'm sure that you all had a good time, and that you all enjoyed as much as I did. Mrs. Galeano, I remember how much fear I had of you. I remember I heard many bad comments about you. I was surprised in a way in 7th grade when I really knew you. I really got to know you. And it's a shame that I couldn't spend more time with you. I really wished I could have had more time with you, and every single second I spent with you this year and the past, I would even say an idol for us. God bless you always. Take care and enjoy. Like any other family, we fought and sometimes even hated each other. But love always prevailed, and I'm sure it will be that way always. I love you all. I really do. Let's all promise we will keep in touch. I wish you good luck in anything you are to pursue in life. I wish you good luck. And please be careful. Take care. And enjoy. With all the love of my heart, I tell you that I wish you the best. I will always remember you guys. Enjoy.
Carry on. Give me all the strength I need to carry on.
After 9 years, we sadly say goodbye to our school, Instituto Minerva. And the way we say goodbye to it is not the best, since we're going through a very difficult and complex situation. Since we entered school, we've always imagined that our last days of school would be very happy, since we wouldn't continue doing book reports and having achievement tests. But the reality is different. There are the things we hated and didn't want to do that made the school so special. We don't see them at the beginning, but all those years of doing book reports did help us learn the English language and being more concise in our ideas. During all these years, we have learned to respect our classmates, work as a teamwork, and be thankful with our teachers. This school year has been a very special one. At the beginning, I felt very scared and nervous, since I have heard that 9th grade was a very difficult year, and also it had a very strict teacher. This year, being a 9th grader did help me a lot, and I learned many things. I discovered that it's a wonderful experience that you will never live twice. But we also didn't live all the experiences, such as track meet. but the experiences we did had the opportunity to experience were the best, such as the Christmas play. It was a very awesome and fantastic activity. I never imagined that being in ninth grade would be a very fantastic and awesome year. I am very thankful with all the teachers I had during all these years for having me teach me so many valuable things such as knowledge and being respectful. Also, I am very thankful with Mrs. Galeano for having us show the importance of getting along with each other well and working as a team. At last, I feel very sad for saying goodbye to our school that has given me so much things to me, such as friendships and other many things. Also, I am very thankful with the school because all the things I learned during all these years, I am sure that they will help me in my future.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Not what we planned, yet we did it. Oh, ninth grade. I had so much plans for you. I remember being a fifth grader, watching the ninth graders as giants, leaders, responsible, serious. 4 years later, here we are, living their life, ours now. Giants, some of us, yeah. Leaders, we didn't have that much of experience, but there's no doubt we would have done great. Serious, just when we didn't know the answer to almost any literature question. Responsible, putting our noise in algebra and biology classes aside, I think we were pretty serious in some aspects. Dropping the emotional topic, they were a bunch of funny and enjoyable times. From your sarcastic and rhetorical question to some of us that left us completely inarticulate, to your hidden humor with double entendre. Or the time Max did something bad at biology class and we all approached him saying his name uncoordinated. Or the time the boys left us girls in the floor after killing the dance in the hot dog sale. Who knew they had amazing dance skills? We consider ourselves the unluckiest generation of all because of several unfortunate events that has happened to us, especially this huge one. However, we could have stopped chatting in the group, but we didn't. Some of us keep chatting every day. I'll miss you guys' fights and Yusef and Alberto trying to bring peace, but we all ignore them. Thank you, Mrs. Galeano, for being such an optimistic teacher. Wise in all aspects, our private psychologist, our second mother. Thank you. Sorry that your last year had to finish this way, but just keep in mind, we all love you.
We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Hello, leaving my second home. I can't believe that I'm already leaving Minerva. This is the ending of an important cycle in my life, but it's also the beginning of something new. After all of these years and almost all of my life being in Minerva, I have learned many things, and this is because of my teachers who inspired not only me but many other generations. Although we were not able to experience all of the activities in ninth grade, I enjoyed the ones we did and we got to learn from them. Every year was full of adventure. Every teacher that I had, from Mrs. Ramirez to Mrs. Galeano, had different personalities, and this gave something special and unique to each year. And I can't say how lucky I am to have been in such an amazing school. There are a lot of memories that I've made in this school, and I will never forget any of them. From every year, the activities were different, and as I grew older, I began to love these activities. And having to leave them fills me with various emotions. Although this is something inevitable, and we can't do anything to change it, but I'm sure I will never forget my teachers, the memories we made, and all of my friends who are very special. Besides the activities, I will also never forget my friends and the time we spent. This is because every year we did something together, and something I will never forget is a trip to Mexico.
Not only because of the places we visited, but because I was able to travel with the people that I love. And sometimes I miss the people who left, the other 7th graders. But I think that I will miss more my new, 9th grade, you. This is because we spent more time together, we did more things together, and some of you, I have known you since kindergarten, and most of you, 9 years, which is a lifetime. And although I was not able to meet all of you, I want you to know that all of you, the whole group, is special, and you're very important to me, and you will always have a place in my heart. I hope and I wish that I can see you all in the future. But until now, goodbye. To my teachers, they're the people who made us into who we are today. And I will never forget all of the lessons and they taught us, especially Mrs. Galeano. And something I will never forget is, because it happened several times, is that we should always think of the consequences before we do something. That we should always do the best we can or break a leg. And something I will never forget is the stories and events from her life that she told us. The literature classes are also something that I will never forget. And I want to thank every teacher, because every teacher that I had something special. And there are no words to thank you for what you have done for us. Some years were rough, and we got over the hard times. And this is where I learned that bad times are temporary and they do not last forever. So are goodbyes. And I want to thank my parents, my friends, and my teachers. And I hope that I can see you, all of the important people that I met at Minerva, and my friends, or more special. And I hope to meet you again. And for now, goodbye. I wish you the best. See you.
When I see you again,
The last memory. So, this is the end of one stage of our lives and the beginning of another one. I can't explain my feelings in this moment. It is a combination of happiness, sadness, and relief. I can't believe we got to the end of this beautiful experience in Minerva. We didn't experience everything that we were supposed to experience in the 9th grade, but I can say that what we experienced was enough to be able to say that it was a great and fun experience. I never thought that we were going to end the school year this way. But let's remember marvelous moments we have had. I remember our last, what do we have for homework? Or the last, I didn't get it, when Mrs. Cáceres explained something in algebra class. At the beginning of the school year, we wanted to leave because we thought it was going to be very hard. And now, we're here wanting to go back in time to when we were in school. In the 9th grade, I've learned many things, and the most important is to work hard and try my best. Thanks to our teachers, especially Mrs. Galeano, we have learned to trust ourselves and continue giving everything we have worked for these past years. I thank every teacher I had because they were the ones that taught me not only subjects, but to be respectful, caring, responsible, dedicated, and mature. They motivate me to bring out the best of me at all times, and I'm thankful for that. It went by fast, just like our parents and teachers said it would. So I hope that each one of us enjoys remembering these precious moments we have spent together, because no matter how much we may want to, we can't go back in time. There is a universal truth we have to face even if we don't want to. Everything eventually ends, but endings are not always bad. We've come to the final chapter of a good book, the end of an unforgettable experience. It is one of those days for all of us. Today we say our goodbyes. But remember, Winnie the Pooh said once, "How lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard." One day we will look back and be proud of who we've become, while at the same time we will miss who we were. So many emotions are flying around that I can't tell the difference between excitement, sadness, nerves, etc. Now we're expected to create a whole new life for ourselves for the first time. I want to thank my classmates for being the best and for everything you do. I really appreciate your willingness to help and your support. I have enjoyed every day I've spent with you. I consider myself the luckiest person in the world to have had you as my classmates. Sometimes I just wonder what I would have done without you. You have been the pillar I've been leaning on all these years. Thanks for being one of the support systems of my life. I want to thank my mother for being there for me. I am grateful for everything. You have raised me and done everything for me. I really appreciate your help and support because when I wanted to give up, you were there to motivate me and help me. I wouldn't have done this without your love, help, support, and care. I always remember this school as the best one because I have been there for 9 years, and it was literally my second home and I liked it. We had ups and downs, but we knew how to get through it, and I feel so proud of us. We always work hard and together as a group. We never let problems destroy our group, and we were always there for each other. We may think that we had bad luck, but things happen for a reason, and I'm sure that we'll have better opportunities and better moments. I want to thank each one of you for being part of my life. I'm so proud for what we have achieved until now. I'm also proud of my hard work, responsibility, and maturity because I have achieved many things and that makes me feel proud. I hope each one of us achieve our goals in the future and that we can enjoy life. Mrs. Aliano, thank you for being the best teacher and for believing in my intelligence. Thank you for the advice that you gave us many times. They really helped. Thank you for being so determined and strong. You are, and you will always be a great example for us. Thank you for scolding us because sometimes we needed for you to scold us to be able to understand. Thank you very much. Goodbyes are not forever and they are not the end. We know that sooner or later we'll meet again.
How do I breathe without you? I'm feeling so cold. I'll be waiting right here for you till the day you're home.
This isn't the end. Wow, I can't believe the day has finally arrived. The day when I say goodbye to this amazing school and all those wonderful people I've met. Instituto Minerva is not only a place where you go and learn the verb tenses, history things, or spelling words. Instituto Minerva has taught me more than that. This is a place where you will make your real friends. This is a place where you will have your best but also worst days. I've learned that even in your worst day where you feel you can't deal with life anymore, there will always be someone there supporting you. I've also learned how to spend time with people totally different from me, with a different way of thinking, different ideas, and even a different culture. In other words, we have learned from each other. Being here taught me how to really appreciate things. As one friend told me once, you'll never know what you have until you don't have it anymore. You'll never know what's coming, or if there is something coming. So as an advice to future generations, enjoy every single moment. I'm really grateful for those unforgettable experiences I had in this school. I'm sure that saying goodbye to Instituto Minerva is one of the hardest things I'll do in my life. Thank you, Minerva, for these wonderful, long 9 years. During these years, I've experienced unforgettable moments. I can't say it's been easy, because it hasn't been at all. These years have been full of good, but also bad things. All of those days, sleeping late, finishing homeworks, reading for book reports, getting stressed or despair. But I'm pretty sure I'll miss all of that. Despite all the ups and downs we had, we were always able to continue giving the best of ourselves. Thank you for all those amazing activities that helped us getting together as a group. All of the ceremonies, parties, Christmas play, track meets, and more. I will definitely miss it. I am grateful for having that experience. To my teachers, I know your job isn't easy at all, and that's why I want to thank you for. You were always able to handle with our different personalities, ways of thinking, different ideas, and our different ways of learning. I know some of us might cause great despair, but you always encourage us to work as hard as we could to achieve what we wanted. I really admire every single one of you. We are not the only ones that are leaving school this year. Mrs. Galeano. I have no words to describe this teacher. She's a teacher to whom you can talk because she is trustworthy. She will always listen to you and she will give you her best advice. She will make you see another perspective of the situation, bringing out the best of the situation you thought it was the worst. She will make you think twice and appreciate what you have. I really want to thank her for everything she has done for me and my classmates. She's certainly an excellent teacher, and this school won't be the same without her. We were very lucky to have you as our teacher. We will miss you. Thank you. Being where I am wouldn't have been possible without my parents. Thank you for getting me into Minerva. You, as well as this school, have taught me discipline and to work hard. I know I was very lucky to have the opportunity of being here, the opportunity you gave me. You have helped me countless times and you have encouraged me to continue when I thought I couldn't. You have taught me more lessons than anyone else, and I really appreciate all of the efforts you have made for me. But I can happily tell you that it was worth it. To my classmates, I also want to thank them for making these 9 years wonderful. It will not be the same as seeing you every morning, and I will miss you. But hey, the day when we can finally say we did it has come. A part of Instituto Minerva will always go with me. All of the memories and experiences go with me too. I'm really glad to have been part of this school, to have met all of the great friendships I made. It's hard to say goodbye to everything this school has offered me. But I know that this is not the end, but a new beginning. It's been an honor forming part of this school, and I will always look at Minerva with great affection. With all of my heart, thank you.
Carry on. Give me all the strength I need to carry on.
Unfortunately, everything comes to an end. 9 years of countless hours of studying and doing homework. But despite all the adversities we faced, we have finally made it. It seems that yesterday we were on our first day of school, right here in Instituto Minerva. I'm beyond grateful with this school because it gave us great memories and friends that are now family. This is a major step in the journey of our lives, one that should be recognized for its immense hard work. This school is very important for all of us because this is where we all met and where everything started. We were strangers at first, but as years passed, we were creating a special bond between us that we didn't even notice until now. I have the great fortune to know you since a long time ago, and I can say that you're great persons that care for each other no matter what. I have always seen this group high-spirited and a little bit crazy sometimes, but we like being that way. We're a very different generation because as we all know, we are not the luckiest persons in the world. And although this year was completely different from what we imagined, we enjoyed every single moment we spent together. What makes us special is that we are never forgetting our last year in this school, thanks to the situation in which we are living. And we are going to say that we were able to graduate while the pandemic was going on, and not everyone can say that. And also, a very special teacher is graduating with us. We had a lot of obstacles to surpass, but those things are what makes us grow stronger and should be thankful for that. We are here at this point thanks to all the teachers that we had throughout our journey in the school, but especially to our beloved sergeant, Mrs. Galeano. Thank you for sharing your time, talent, and great knowledge with us. We know that it's your job to do it, but what you did for us went beyond the call of duty. You put in the effort to make lessons more interesting so we wouldn't get bored. You demand excellence from us whether or not we wanted to give it. You took the time to explain the assignments, and sometimes repeatedly because we wouldn't get it. You set the bar high and challenged us on our journey. Thanks to you, we learned to never give up through adversities and give it out our best effort. We learned the importance of discipline and punctuality. Throughout other activities like participating in class, Christmas play, and many others, we learned how to work closely as a team, and we had a lot of fun doing it. I just want for you to know you are a great teacher and that no one compares to you. You always wanted the best for us, and we love you for that. Thank you for your advices and about life and scolding us whenever we were wrong. Friends, let's not forget to thank our parents because they were always supporting us in more ways than it's possible to count. They were the ones who made sure we were fed, clothed for school, and sometimes dragged us out of bed. They are important key because if they hadn't made a decision for us to study here, we wouldn't have met. And I can't imagine the group without one of you. We will always be part of this school, and although we are living out those great memories, will remain here. We will not simply walk away, leaving our success only as part of the history. I hope to come back, all of us, and have a great graduation like the one we deserve. As we step outside the school, I'm sure that I will remember each one of you, and I'm sure you will too. I know it feels like we are saying goodbye, but we carry a piece of each other into everything we do next to remind us who we are. I have had a great 9 years with you. Goodbyes are not forever. And not the end. It just means that I will miss you, all of you, until we meet again. I love you all. Goodbye.
So let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go.
We stand on the unknown abyss of our future. We stand in the midst of what is yet to come. The future stretches before me, waiting for me to create a work of art of what will be my life. Instituto Minerva has been our platform for 9 years that form the basis of who we are today. 9 long but fulfilling years. 9 years full of marvelous memories. 9 years in which we learn that giving up is not an option. 9 years in which we learn an immense number of lessons, not only school lessons, but life lessons that will be of great help in what lies ahead of us. 9 years of hard work that paid off. It is hard to believe that we were first graders at some point, afraid of what Instituto Minerva lay ahead of us. 9 years have passed since we first set foot in this school, which is more than a school to me. It taught me so many valuable lessons that I shall never forget. It taught me responsibility, perseverance, and compromise. It taught me that I should never give up when it comes to pursuing my goals. It taught me the importance of feeling valued. It taught me to believe in myself. It taught me the power of words, and it taught me to be accepted. It taught me countless valuable lessons that had a great impact on who I am today. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education." And this is what Instituto Minerva has taught me. It did not only teach me school lessons, like the Pythagorean theorem, but it also taught me life lessons that had a great impact on the development of my character. School is not only about algebra, or literature, or history. It teaches us values like respect and honesty. It teaches us to take risks to achieve our goals. It teaches us the value of friendship and the importance of individualism. It teaches us more than just a school subject. Thank you, Instituto Minerva, for taking part on the formation of who I am today. Our time in Instituto Minerva has been a learning experience, both academically and personally. I have exceptional memories of the 9 years I've been in Instituto Minerva, especially from the 9th grade. This year was one I will never forget. This year was the one in which I learned the most about life. In 9th grade wouldn't have been the same without Mrs. Galeano as our teacher. She certainly had a great impact in our lives. Without her, we would probably still be selfish and irresponsible little creatures. She did not only teach us to be passionate about reading, but she also taught us an immense number of things about life. She taught us to work as a team. She taught us to leave our differences behind when it comes to working together. She taught us to solve our problems. She taught us so many things about life. 9th grade will always be an unforgettable year. We have so many memories from our last year in Instituto Minerva. And although we didn't get to finish the year how we were supposed to, we certainly got the best out of it. 9th grade was no easy year. Responsibilities grew and stress too, but that didn't stop us from having an exceptional year. We were constantly being challenged, but challenges never stopped us. We certainly battled with our September ceremony, with our Halloween party, even with our Christmas play. But we always gave our best, and that is what really matters. When challenges were presented to us, we never gave up. The most important thing 9th grade taught us was to never give up, no matter how hard it was. Challenges were presented to us every day, but challenges never stopped us. Challenges never and will never stop us, my friends. 9th grade has prepared us for what is yet to come. Dear 9th graders, I bet this wasn't the way how we wanted to finish our last year in Instituto Minerva, but things happen sometimes. The roads get tough sometimes, but we must not give up. The last months have been pretty tough, but as we faced other challenges, we will face these too. Every challenge we face makes us stronger, and nothing will ever stop us after this. We have faced what no other generation has, and that is what makes us so special. Alexander Graham Bell once said, "When one door closes, another opens." But we often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the one which has opened for us. Let's not look upon the closed door so regretful. A new beginning is waiting ahead of us upon the open door. We embark on a new journey with new promising opportunities. And as much as we hate how we got to spend our last year in Instituto Minerva, I will always treasure this year. Keep the good memories, my friend. Keep the happy moments. Sad, painful moments are not worth keeping in our hearts. Keep the smiles we shared, the hugs we exchanged, the laughter we shared. That is worth keeping. We are like no other generation. We have approached a knot in the path of life, the closing of one door and the opening of another. Everything has an ending, but everything always has a new beginning. We should be happy that we finally made it. We are finally graduating. We will proudly say that we made it through in the middle of a pandemic. Goodbye, Instituto Minerva, and thank you for the best years of my life.
And every road you take will always lead you home. Oh.
Time to say goodbye. This must be one of the moments where I have the most emotions going through my head. I saw this coming and waited for it. All these years at Minerva have gone quick. It looks like yesterday I was in the 3rd grade. This is going to be a new beginning of a new chapter in life. Throughout the years, I have built many friendships with many people who have been my classmates. There are some people who I have been close to since I was in the 1st and 2nd grade. Although many of them left in 7th grade, this gave me the opportunity to meet new people when we entered to the 8th grade. Certainly, I'm going to miss a lot of things about this school, and some that I just won't miss. The things I'm going to miss the most are all the activities we had. For example, the hayride or even the school trips we had. I'm not going to miss some things. For example, I'm not going to miss the tests and book reports we had. This is something very tough for me to say. Saying goodbye is one of the most difficult tasks for me to say. This is going to be the toughest one because I have been with most of these people since I can remember. We all have grown physically and emotionally. I know that some people change and some friendships aren't the same after maybe classroom change. I have to say goodbye to many of my teachers. These wonderful women have managed to control us and shape us as human beings. They managed to survive with us as their students. That just says a lot about how good and extraordinary they can be when it comes to them teaching. They not only taught things that came on a textbook, but they also taught us how to be someone in life. Thank you to all my teachers. To Mrs. Galen, thank you for inspiring me. I know that I have messed up in many aspects, but thank you for being patient with me. I really appreciate everything you have done for me. Thank you for the great dedication you have for your job. It has and will always amaze me. Thank you for everything. I think this is the end to one of the most important chapters in my life. Goodbye.
It's been a long day without you, my friend.
A second family. Dear classmates, I never thought I would be this upset, but I want you guys to know that I'll actually miss you a lot. I want to thank you for the amazing moments we got to spend together. I was blessed to get you as a generation. You made every day better. You made my mornings fun. I wish this wouldn't have to end this way, not being able to tell you guys, but I'd like to. We've been through happy and sad moments. We've passed through so much together. And it will be a shame to just enter prepa as if we were strangers not talking to one another. I just want to thank you for making this the most unforgettable years in my life and being part of it. I feel thankful to some of you for giving me the best trustful friendships I could ask for and never thought I would have, and being there for me. I know I wasn't close to many of you and barely talked, but I want to wish you guys nothing but the best for your future. I want to tell you guys I won't forget about you easily and to let you know that you were a second family for me. You guys will always be special and unique in your own way, and you will always have a big part in my heart. You guys are awesome, and I can't believe we are going to graduate already. I feel thankful for these years. They've gone by so fast, and it's been so much fun. Some of you think I don't even care about you. Now that we're leaving, I realize that I should have spent more time with you guys and appreciate you more. I won't ever forget the times we messed up, and we all had awesome adventures together. And even though we will all go out in separate ways, I think of you guys as my friends. Thank you for dealing with me these years. You guys always made me feel part of the group. Even though some of you think that we weren't a united group, we most definitely were.
And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
My last words for Minerva. 9 years of my life have been in this school. Those 9 years were the happiest and the saddest of my entire life. Because in this school, I have a lot of memories that I will never forget. How could I forget this school if I spent most of my life here? This school made me what I am now. This school made me respectful, responsible, and the most important of all, it made me feel comfortable and happy. Something that will stay with me forever will be that since 4th grade to 9th grade, we did book reports and a lot of work. Another thing that I will not forget is the day that they suspended me because I strangled a kid. These last 2 years were the most difficult, but this was the most special of all of them, because it was very difficult for me to adapt to algebra, because we didn't attend to classes but had classes online, and we didn't have a trip, and I think we won't have a graduation. We didn't have visitors day and track meets. I think that those days are the most important of the 9th graders. This last year was very special for me because it was an ending of a time when I was one of the oldest of the school, and next year I will be the smallest one of the school. And I will be in a new environment that I do not know, and I won't be with anyone of the class that was with me this year because I'm entering Cebetis, and a lot of my classmates are entering Lázaro Cárdenas and others Lide. One bad thing was that I didn't see my classmates in person because of the quarantine, and I didn't say goodbye face to face. These 9 years, I have had the pleasure of knowing a lot of people, like the teachers and a lot of classmates, and students from other groups. I have to thank everyone that was my friend and that I had the pleasure to talk to those persons that made me what I'm now. The teachers that taught me what I'm now and that taught me how to act in a classroom and how to treat others. I want to thank Mrs. Galeano because she made me more responsible than how I was before. She taught me to be punctual. She taught me to look for my own ideas and to solve problems by my own. She helped me to see my problems when I spoke English. She was one of the factors that made me stay here in school because she's a very good teacher and she really wanted to teach us things. I want to thank all my classmates because they made me feel comfortable this last year and the years before by including me. Even though we aren't a group that is really united, because we were separate in groups of friends, we can treat each other with respect and like real friends. We could say that these are my last words while being a student of Instituto Minerva. I will miss everyone and the classes that I used to have while I went to school.
We've come a long way from where we began.
Oh man, I can't believe the 9 years have passed. It's crazy. It happened so fast that I didn't even see it coming. I mean, can you believe it? I'm not ready to say goodbye. I'm not ready. I don't want to, but it's time. And even though I don't want to, and that might sound selfish, I don't know what to do. Anyways, these last few years have been amazing. From 1st grade to 9th grade, there are so many things I have learned, from finding myself or not knowing what or who I want to become. It has been a long journey and not an easy one, I can tell. but I don't regret any of this. I remember since first grade, my first day of school. I didn't want it to go. I was bursting into tears. I wanted to stay with my mommy. But now that I remember that day, I say, wow, I'd really embarrassed myself. But I don't care because now I wanted to stay here. I don't want to leave. In second grade, I was in love with this boy, but I hated boys. And I was the queen on the monkey bars. That felt really good. Imagine I was a queen. In third grade, I remember that once Mrs. Diaz locked me in the classroom. That was really crazy. That was really scary and funny. Nowadays, it's so amazing. All those memories. And I wanted to find my passion. After all these years, there's nothing else like that. Something that I regret the most is not letting go, because now I don't want to go. I'm not ready. And yeah, 9 years have passed, but I'm still not ready. I want to cry for the last time. I want to run for the last time. I want to do a lot of things for the last time in this beautiful place called Instituto Minerva. To my classmates, I am really going to miss you, and I mean it. I'm going to miss all the stupidity during this wonderful and long journey. Most of all, I'm going to miss seeing you every single day. Your moods and faces. I love you. And please don't forget me, because I won't. Believe me, I won't. To my class, to my teachers, God may bless you all. I can tell by seeing you struggling, but always with a face and a smile. And I'm thank you for supporting me, for letting me be who I want to be, for all my mistakes, and you to judge me. I'm going to miss you a lot. You taught me a lot from not letting others tell me who I want to be, but saying that life isn't easy, but we can get it through, and we will. It's time to say goodbye to this wonderful school who has taught me a lot. I have to say goodbye. I'm not ready, but it's a sign of the times. We got to let go. See you on the other side of the world.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
All these years have been very rough, like a roller coaster. Not all of the school years, but in some of them we got stressed because we needed to do too many things at the same time. This generation has been crazy, and we have had too much bad luck. Everything started in 7th grade when we were going to the trip to Mexico, where they told us that we were going to Six Flags. That day we were supposed to go to Six Flags, they gave us the news that there was going to be an event exactly that day, and that we were going to another park called Parque of Chapultepec. In 8th, well, we didn't have any problems. It was a really good and cool year. Then 9. 9 had become a completely sad year until the second semester. In March, a pandemic, a virus, started to round all over the world. People with that virus, cases of people with that virus have increased. We needed to cancel too many activities we were missing, and I feel very sad for it. Track meets. We waited 9 years for track meets, and this came and ruined everything for us. This was our last school year. Classes are done, and we are not at Minerva anymore. I hope we can see each other again when everything finished. I know that it won't be the same because people will start meeting others, and they will be also in other groups. I wish this finishes now because it has affected too much in school and being with our friends. We also want to see Mrs. Galeano again. She had become someone very important in our lives. She has showed us many helpful and important things. Not only her, also Mrs. Manca and Mrs. Cáceres. The work had changed completely, having everything online and doing it at home. I think I prefer a million times going to school and also see my friends than do the work at home. We are not advancing, everything has become more terrible. Even though we had too many problems these school years, this was a very good group. All of us were friends, all of us got together. We were very united. For sure, I would change them for anything in the world. I think now that my wish is to see them again. Because it's sad not seeing them. And in school, I saw them almost the whole day. All the teachers were very great with us, especially Mrs. Galeano. This was her last school year. And it's very sad knowing that it finished like that. Thanks for everything, classmates and Mrs. Galeano.
I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Goodbye, Instituto Minerva. It is hard to say goodbye to a school we have attended for 9 years. Not only to a school, but also to my teachers and most importantly, my friends. The past 9 years we have been and will probably be some of the most important years in my life. I have lived the most important moments in my life in this school. But today is moment to say goodbye. Maybe we didn't end the way we thought, but I think we should stay with the great moments that we lived together. We couldn't have a normal graduation as every other generation has had, but maybe one day we can remember this with joy and laugh because we were so unfortunate. Now it's time to say goodbye to my teachers, but before thanking all of you, every single teacher has played an important role in my life. Not only as a student, but also as a person. Even if I didn't like the subject, every teacher has taught me an important lesson. Said this, I want to thank you, Miss Galeano. I remember being scared of you when we first met you in 7th grade. Every time that we entered your room, I would get very nervous. Maybe I didn't have the best grade with you, but believe me, I learned many things from you. And I'm really proud to be part of your last generation. Today, I can say that I'm ready to take the next step in my life, thanks to all my teachers. Finally, I want to say goodbye to all of my classmates. You have been the most important part throughout my 9 years in Instituto Minerva. Before saying the last goodbye to you, I also want to thank you for being my friends. Maybe not all of you consider me as your friend, but I really appreciate all of you. It is hard to say goodbye to the people that I have spent so much time with, but at the same time, I'm really happy to see that everyone is taking their own path. Maybe not all of us is going to continue being friends. And I also know that many others are just going to lose contact. So now I just want to wish every single one of you the best in your future. I wish we could all stick together, but I know it is impossible. So now it is time to say goodbye. Leslie, goodbye, Instituto Minerva.
How do I breathe without you? I'm feeling so cold. I'll be waiting right here for you till the day you're home.
Hey mom, I made it. Well, the day has finally arrived. The day some of us never saw coming or that came too soon, it's finally here. How they say, nothing lasts forever. Forever is a lie. All we have is what is between hello and goodbye. We all knew this day would come, but we didn't expect it to come so fast. The days in Minerva for the class of 2020 have finally finished and are officially over. Being 9 years in a school just hits differently, and especially in my beloved school. In that place where you needed to make being responsible and speaking English something fun. And if something I can say, it's that my amazing school showed me more than just only English and being responsible. I loved how all of my teachers were eventually our mothers during the school time. I'm just so thankful for all of those years of hard work that my teachers invested in my classmates and me. I have always said that Minerva doesn't only has an excellent education, but it has a culture as well. There are some little details that just make Minerva different. And I'm not only talking about the education, but of the culture it has created with the passing of the years. I'm just so thankful to God, my parents, and my family, who were the ones that placed me in this awesome institution. Thank you. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I love you so much. I will really miss my school, and I'm glad to know that it will always be my school. Even if I go to other places, I will always remember all those years in Minerva. I will really miss all of the fun activities we had, all of the hot dog sales, sandwich sales, just remembering how it was making sandwiches or hot dogs, or being outside, helping other grades, and the satisfaction of finally finishing and eating 2 sandwiches or hot dogs was just amazing. Also, I'll miss all of the parties because we can all agree that our parties weren't just like a normal party where you went and sat and just chatted or something. They were the parties that taught me how to dance, that taught me how to eat everything that I was given for dinner, and that taught me how to really enjoy a party. I really liked that closeness from the parties because we all knew each other, and I'm kind of scared but excited about all that is coming out there. Before talking about the out there, I can't forget mentioning the track meets. These annual events that definitely formed Minerva's culture. And the Hielitos, the 7th graders, so oof, what a delight. There were tons of fun activities in Minerva that I will probably never forget. Talking about the out there, wow, I can't really believe I'm going to Prepa already. I'm so excited, scared, a new place. Oh Lord, what really gives me security about myself is knowing that I'm not being alone. Fortunately, I will be with some of my classmates. Also, I know that part of this journey will be meeting new people, lots of people, but I insanely wish that my classmates and I keep being close for a long period of time. Thanks to our psychologist, friend, teacher, and school mother, Mrs. Galeano, I know what to do out there. And I'm pretty sure about that, because she is a wise person. I will really miss all the mesas redondas we had in which some of us would end up crying. I will really miss all of that which made our relationship much stronger. All of the fights, the reconciliations, and all that make me think that we had a good time. I couldn't leave before talking about one of the best events at school, the Christmas play. This was an incredible activity, and when it was our turn to organize it, we saw that it was not easy. But with hard work, we could. Just remembering the last time on stage, when we all grabbed our hands and bowed, just makes me want to cry. We weren't a generation with the best luck. For example, in the 7th grade trip, we weren't able to go on the Teleférico or to Six Flags either. Then, we first thought that we wouldn't be able to have the auditorium for our final ceremony, but thankfully we did. Finally, much of our last year in Minerva was taking over this quarantine. But I'm glad to know that from all we have moved on and found a solution. Talking about the quarantine, it's just unbelievable what happened. I think none of us would expect to pass much of the last year doing homeschool. It's so sad all the activities we lost. But let's not that take over the feeling that we finally made it. I'm so happy and thankful. I'm full of emotions right now. Also, being Mrs. Galeanos' last generation, it's an honor for me and for all of my classmates. I'm so happy, because no more book reports nor journals. The final activity in the 9th grade I enjoyed the most was the serenades. And although many of them weren't able to do, we enjoyed the ones we had. That excitement of surprising someone was so cool, and also the time we passed together. We had some trouble with them at first, but we finally did. We didn't have the whole year physically, but the little time we had, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed all the activities I mentioned, and I really appreciate them. I'm so thankful to all of my teachers and family. I'm just so thankful, and that can't even be expressed with words. I will also give some advice to all of the 8th graders that are going to live these experiences. The main one and the most important, enjoy. You never know when a pandemic can deprive you out some months of school. Next, work hard and make good 9th grade quality work, how many teachers say. It's your last year, so please give it all. Finally, do everything possible to create a strong friendship between all of you. Try it and you'll thank me later. Saying goodbye has always been hard for me, especially on this occasion. I'm just going to miss being with all of my friends. I love all of you guys so much. All of you are unique and all of you have qualities that make you special. Please never change. And if you change, make it for good. I wish much joy and happiness to you as we begin this new chapter in our life. And I finally tell you, I will always be there for you. It's hard to say goodbye to someone with whom you spent so many years. All the things we've been through, all the memes we have shared, I'll really miss all of that. But now let's look ahead towards the future and what it has for us. I'm so excited and nervous, and I think you are as well. But we can do it. I love you, my friends, my teachers, and my dear school. I'll never forget you. With all the love of the world, Alberto Ruiz.
Give me all the strength I need to carry on.
The Path of Friendship. Today will be the end of a wonderful movie, one that started when we first met. I have to thank all of you for all the time and moments you gave me. Also for the experiences that we lived together, because we don't know what the future has for us. Perhaps this wasn't our best year. Unfortunately, many things we could not do because of COVID-19. But we can thank for everything else that we did. Also, I would like to thank that teacher who is going to leave school. To that teacher who scolded me to death for going to school with my wet hair every day, for being late knowing that I live in front of school, for my lack of concentration, and for many other things. Thank you, Mrs. Galeano. Also, thank you for giving us so much advices, teachings, and scoldings, for opening our eyes to make us see that from now on everything is going to be harder, for knowing that we will have more responsibilities and making us know that. This year was crazy. since we didn't have many things we could do. But it was a lot of fun, the ones that we did do. For example, the ceremony, our first activity. It almost gave us a heart attack, but in the end, we did it. Halloween party, the tunnel was so much fun. We have fun making it as a team, and knowing that thanks to all of our strength, motivation, determination, we made it in time. Valentine's party. We had so much fun. We danced, we played, we shouted, and in the end of the day, we were crying. Just like in the Halloween party, because we were realizing that because we know that everything is going to end. All the moments of being in 9th grade were going to finish. Thanks to all those things and moments, it gave us courage to continue walking in this unknown world. But everything has to end. Everything has to end because it's like a cycle. It has its beginning and it has its ending. So today, let's hug the ones that we didn't hug. Let's laugh while we didn't laugh. Let's cry while we couldn't cry. And let's finish our last episode of this movie. My friends, classmates, brothers, I will miss you very much. Those who brought me smiles every day, those who I helped in algebra, those with the ones that I laugh, play basketball, those who love to eat my desserts. Thank you for being there for me. Also with the ones that I laughed, cried, got angry, hear rock music. Thank you for making my life better those 9 years. It was almost like a dream come true. Because together we grew up. Also, we learn new things. We are going to leave school, and everything is going to be different. We are going to be exposed to a bunch of whole different things that we didn't know that it could exist. I only hope that you won't change the way you are, because a lot of things are going to happen to us, and we don't know what it will be. Our last moments together. So also I hope that you remember that classmate that give you in 8th grade a whole bunch of cupcakes. It filled you up. Also, the one that was the most energetic, otaku, most loud, I think. Yeah, the most loud, and one that consider herself your friend. How I said before, the only thing that I can tell you is to don't change who you are. Be the same, and no matter the distance that we are going to be, we're going to be friends, because this was a true friendship, and it will remain alive in our hearts. So, love you all.
Every road you take will always lead you home. Oh.
A not so happily ever after ending.
for being together for almost 10 years, for making friends that we never even expected to have, for being scolded because we were a troublesome generation, and for having huge dreams ever since we first walked inside Minerva. Our time has sadly come where we have to part ways. We have to leave the school that has given us some crazy and sad memories. The school that not only taught us lessons from our textbooks, but also lessons for our future life. Whenever I woke up in the mornings, I felt like that place was a second house to me. I made friends that I never even expected to have, and when I entered to Lázaro Cárdenas, I don't even know how I'm going to manage that situation, how I'm going to be able to socialize. But don't worry, I'll find a way. Ever since I was in first grade and saw the huge and tall ninth graders, I became inspired to become like them one day. And ever since then, I wanted to finish every single school year that Minerva had. Also, I remember my innocent and small eyes when I saw them, how huge they were, and now that I see myself, I feel very proud of the many things I have accomplished. Plus, you get an overwhelming feeling when you realize that the dream that you had back in first grade is now being reached and accomplished. Honestly, Minerva felt like a safe place to me, where I felt happy but also stressed. And I made some mistakes but learned some very important lessons from them that I'll never forget. And I'll forever be thankful to my parents for giving me the opportunity of being a part of this school. Honestly, all the hard work we did throughout all those 9 years really paid off. I mean, we watched each other grow up slowly, and now here we are reaching our main goal in this school. Last but not least, I'd like to thank you, Mrs. Galeano, for giving us a little piece of how life will treat us out there. You made us learn from our mistakes, and you made us open our eyes and realize the huge mistake that we did. Thank you for every single thing you've done for us. It is greatly appreciated. To finally end this farewell, I'd like to thank each and every one of you who made my 9 years in Minerva amazing. Thank you for making my life even more exciting and worth living. My best wishes go out to you, and I hope that you accomplish great things in the future, eh? And this is how my story concludes, with a not so happily ever after ending, where I won't be able to wear the school's uniform again, participate in the honor guard, see the bright smiles of the first graders, and where I won't be able to say goodbye to my beloved desk, which is probably filled with dust right now. Well, thank you. This is the end. Goodbye.
Why'd you have to leave so soon, yeah? Why'd you have to go? Why'd you have to leave me when I needed you the most?
We didn't expect this. First of all, I want to thank you for being such a great teacher. I'm glad that we were able to be your students for 3 years. Thank you for all that you taught us. Believe me that we have learned a lot. It's sad that we aren't going to be able to say goodbye like other years. We will never forget the laughs, the scolds, the cries, and our time together. I wish you the best luck, Mrs. Galeano. You have been an excellent teacher, and you're a person that inspires us each and every day. It was an honor to have you as our teacher, and thanks for caring for us. I'm pretty sure that we never thought that we were going to end our school year like this. Sometimes things don't happen the way we planned them, and it's kind of frustrating. I've been at Instituto Minerva for 9 years, and I've had bad and awesome moments. I've met excellent teachers and friends at this school. I feel really happy and sad at the same time that I'm leaving Instituto Minerva. Happy because I'm meeting new people, and the stress is going to be less, hopefully. Sad because there aren't going to be the activities like track meets, Christmas plays, hot dog and sandwich sales at Prepa. I'm scared of leaving Minerva because I've been there for 9 years and with the same people. I'm scared that I won't be able to get used to the new school and new friends. I think that the best years of Instituto Minerva have been 7th grade and 9th grade. When we were in the 7th grade, we were all very excited because new things were coming up. We were excited about sailing, about the parties with the 8th and 9th graders, and mainly because we were having our trip to Mexico City. I remember that our first party with the 8th and 9th graders wasn't the best because we were very shy and we felt as if we didn't fit in. I have unforgettable moments about the trip. It was the best experience ever. I think it was the first time that we all traveled without our parents. We had the chance to get to know each other. We were able to know what other classmates liked to eat or didn't. We were able to see the way they slept. And we were very excited about the 7th grade graduation. We thought that we were old already. I remember that we cried a lot and we hugged each other. It was a very special moment that we will keep forever in our hearts and in our minds. Although we weren't able to finish the 9th grade all together, the activities that we were able to have were awesome. The serenades that we were able to make were fun. We played games, we ate, and we laughed a lot. Decorating for Halloween party was the best, and we did a wonderful job, thanks to our mothers and to you. Everything was so colorful, and we took care of every single detail. Scaring the lower grades in the tunnel was also the best experience ever. I loved to see their faces almost wanting to cry. I don't regret staying until the 9th grade. I've learned many things and I've been through very nice experiences. I'm so frustrated that we weren't able to have track meets. Every ex-student from Minerva says it's the best experience ever. It's sad that we aren't going to be able to graduate like other generations. Girls with their beautiful dresses and high heels, and boys with their elegant tuxedos and their nice shoes. We won't be able to hug each other, and we won't be able to say goodbye to Minerva how we were supposed to. All I can say is that I'm very happy of being part of this excellent school. And I'm very grateful to have you guys as my generation. I hope that we could see each other soon.
When I see you again,
My unforgettable times in Instituto Minerva. Minerva has been my second home in 9 years of my life. I don't know how to describe this because it's hard to find the right words to express what I feel now that I'm going to another school. The moment of leaving such a great school is full of mixed emotions for me. The good and the bad of these 9 years will be unforgettable. Now that I'm saying goodbye to my school and classmates, I know how important they are and they will be for me every moment of my life. I will miss my classmates because they are the ones that made me laugh, that made me cry, and obviously the ones that were there for me. Every competition that we had or even a game could make us even more united than we are right now, and I really appreciate that. I wish this wouldn't be the last time of happiness shared by us because it's a very difficult moment to end our year. We shouldn't stay with these memories that we are ending our last year in these difficult moments. We should stay with the good times that we had as a group. Every moment that we spent together, we learned more about ourselves. We knew that this time was going to come. We will think of each other every time that we go to a sushi, for a coffee, or simply take a break. That moments will be unforgettable. The moments that we went to the plaza, we never thought these will stay just in our minds and hearts as the last time. I want to thank the school for these beautiful moments because the school gave us the opportunity to have ceremonies, hay rides, track meets, etc. Obviously, I have to thank my teachers that allowed their teachings to make me prosper in life. Finally, it's hard to say goodbye, and more in these moments that we can see each other. I hope this goodbye will not be definite, and that we are able to join our hands together and shout 9 graders again.
give me all the strength I need to carry on.
Instituto Minerva has been one of the best experiences of all my life until now. I remember the crazy stuff we used to do with my classmates sometimes, but sadly, like everything comes to an end. I respect my classmates and my teachers. I need to thank my classmates since they taught me how to be respectful, and now because of them I greet everyone in a very friendly manner now, and I respect everyone. I need to thank my teachers since they once taught us that everything in life was not easy. If we really want that something, we really need to fight for it. I remember that we declared ourselves the most unfortunate generation in Instituto Minerva, since we missed out in a lot of things during the past school years. But somehow it got benefited for ourselves and even for the school. I really respect my teachers since they taught us how to be better persons. They also changed our way of working, thinking, and even socializing with other classmates and people. Even the lower graders, since we were their role models. I really love my classmates. I respect them. I really love being in that amazing generation where they love food and arguing with each other about absurd things that could be easily solved. I like being ourselves, especially during school parties, since we danced and we ate. We love food. I don't know what could have been of me if I had been in another school that was not Instituto Minerva, where the people I care for are. Sadly, our time in Instituto Minerva has come to an end. I love being in this amazing 9th grade family. I've known my classmates now for 9 years, and some of them I know them from even earlier. I'll keep these memories inside my little heart, where every single one of you have earned during the pass of time. With nothing else to say, thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.
My angels, the day you had been longing for is finally here. 9 years in the making, 9 years of tears and laughter, ups and downs, failure and success. But you made it. Maybe not quite the way you had envisioned it, but a triumph nonetheless. I might even add, it has tripled in value, for you have been put through what no other generation has. And you came out as winners. You are now ready to close a very important chapter in the story of your life and embark on new adventures. Do not ever lose track of what this school, its teachers, and its vision have instilled in you. Always strive for excellence. Aim for the stars. Let this be your guideline in the coming years. It is with mixed feelings that I now must bid you farewell. Joy and pride at seeing how strong you were under adversities, and a heavy heart because I cannot tell you this in person. Like Juanito, I received you as promising caterpillars, and although I was cheated out on the chance to see you fully developed, I know of the beauty that lies within. I feel incomplete, sort of like putting a puzzle together, but I was robbed of the thrill of filling in the final missing pieces. But enough of that. My wish for you is that you see this beauty in yourselves and others, like I see it in you. Be as proud of yourselves as I am of you. Believe in yourselves. You have proven far and beyond that you are stronger than you thought. Expect that many challenges await you, and I firmly believe that you will surely overcome them the way you overcame this, by making history. Do not ever lose sight of your goals. If you must look back, do it only to learn from your mistakes. Live the present. Enjoy it to the max, for you never know when it will change. Above all, look to the future with an open mind and an eternal willingness to learn. In the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So dream big. Always try your best, but know and accept your limits. Never be ashamed to ask for help, and trust that others will be there for you. I will be there for you. Fill your hearts with joy and smile often. Let that smile be the window to your soul. Dream, believe, wonder, inspire, love, nurture, and always listen. I am truly grateful for having you form a part of my life. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for making it so much more meaningful. Like the Beatles, you will live in my heart forever. Goodbye.